Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the VectorVest channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest, and I've got a poignant topic to talk about this evening. Uranium is about to explode. Now, hopefully not in a bad way because that deals with nuclear energy, but the surge is coming, and I'm going to get you prepared for it. So first off, let's get right into the software. And these are my stocks that I'm looking at in an overall view of what's going on in uranium. The first two stocks in my list are CCJ and UEC. CCJ is one of the best stocks in the uranium space, right? But they are both miners and they're getting beaten up right now. And there's a reason why they're getting beaten up. And as I take you through this journey, you'll have a better understanding. URNM is the company that really finances all of the miners and all of the activity within the uranium space, and they're out of Canada. And of course, we have uranium. So we look at it today, the market is, the stocks are down, and you're probably going, what the flying flip are you even talking about? These stocks are getting killed. Well, if you look at the RTs of all of them are at or above 1. 3 out of the 4 stocks have a relative safety above 1. And one stock in general, again, I think it's the best stock in the space, has a relative value above 1. And it's the only buy recommendation in the list. So we go over, you know me, I like looking at earnings growth and sales growth. UEC, on the other hand, outside of CCJ as a miner, negative sales growth. But the stocks in the space can help to pull the stock up. But if I'm looking, I'd like CCJ. Again, uranium, URNM and URA are both ETFs. So let's do this. Let's take a look at these stocks in a graph by themselves. And that's these 4 stocks in and of themselves. Couple of things I like right off the bat without doing any research. I see that the watch list of these 4 stocks have come down to a level of the gap. They faded the gap, and today's activity, what did stock's price do? Stopped right at support. That's a bullish sign. I still have trend out of the last 3 months using the MPI. I did get a trigger to get out, and I would really like to see the trigger hit back up before we get in, but I like the setup. The setup of these 4 stocks is letting me know the downside could be getting done with. I won't know until I see the next day's bar. But I like that it stopped right at a level of support. Let me move this over just a little bit. Some people keep saying my head's too big and it's in the way. All right. So those are the 4 stocks that I'm looking at and I want you to pay attention to. Now, let me take you through a journey of what's going on in the whole space. Let's start off with nuclear power. Who's got it? Now, as I look through this list, this is per country in 2022. I understand it's 2 years ago, but the United States has 93 reactors in use. The next country behind us is France at 56 and China at 54. All right, so those are the 3 powerhouses. Russia only has 37 in use. I say only because they don't have 50 or more, but they're still a superpower because all it really takes is 1, really, right? So now I want you to see something else. Being built. I'm going to sort this list by how many countries are building, and look at this. At the top of the list is China. Now, China is the biggest purveyor of any goods and services throughout the world because they are the biggest by far. They have planned being built 21 reactors. The next country behind them is way behind them as far as being built is India at 8. And then we continue on down the list as well. Iran, 1. I'm not going down that path today. Last time I tried to get just a slight bit political, it bit me in the butt. I'm not doing it today. All right, so China is going to need uranium. With 21 reactors being built, 57 globally, but 21 of them coming out of China. So what's the problem? Why do I think uranium is going to go up? Well, let's go to the next story. Uranium prices could rally past 16-year highs as the world's largest producer runs short. Well, that's all about supply and demand. If the supply is running short and demand is high, we saw how many are being built globally, 57 reactors. They're going to need uranium. And if the biggest supplier is running out, the demand is not dwindling, but the supply is. That's another sign that uranium should be moving higher. How about this? Uranium prices have quadrupled. So we looked at two miners, right? So why are mining stocks lagging? Let's get deeper into the story. Another part of this, uranium's road to recovery. Nuclear's energy has a record reliability despite past disasters. That's another bullish sign. Now, the ETFs and miners fall. Why? Most recently, Sprott, which is the world's largest manager of uranium investments, so the money that the people need to mine uranium, has seen a reversal this trend. Someone told MarketWatch, with uranium miners performing better and the gains cascading to smaller cap names. Now that uranium prices have broken above 100 per pound, Sprott thinks uranium miners will generate greater investor interest. Could we be getting in on the ground floor as I give this video? By the way, I need to give Ryan a shout out because he did a short on uranium on January 18th. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go on our channel and check out the shorts. Ryan has been big on the shorts, keeping you guys alerted as to what's going on. As producers are well positioned to benefit from higher revenues and profitability. So, another argument why I'm thinking I'm getting bullish on uranium. Talk a little bit about Sprott. Sprott is a Canadian-based investment management firm that offers services such as resource financing and asset management for mining businesses, not just in uranium, but everything mining, gold, silver, and all of that. This is where they get some financing. All right. Now, looking at Sprott, Sprott's view going into 2024, growing deficit to benefit miners like CCJ and UEC and other miners as well. 2023 was a blockbuster year for uranium, and we talked about it a lot last year. And uranium miners are the spot price gain 88.5% to end the year at $91 a pound. The long-term fundamentals are bullish, and the price momentum is likely to continue in 2024, says Wong and White. There's a lot, I'm not saying anything about that. Sentiment around nuclear energy, reliable baseload power to offset the intermittent nature of renewables like solar and wind, is bullish, with 22 countries pledging to triple nuclear capacity by 2050. Another bullish sign for uranium. All right, let's get right back into the program. Oops, got to get right into the program. This is why, even though I look at this and I see these stocks are going down, as I give this presentation, as I record this video, I'm going to show you one other thing. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the year, and I want to show you just how these four stocks have done. I'm going to quick test these. Over the last, from 1.2 to 125, 11% gain, where the S&P is only up 3.25. That's another bullish sign of why I'm thinking that uranium is about to surge. Whether it's the miners, whether it's the financing, whether it's uranium itself, I think that it's getting ready to surge, and surge in a big way. Folks, I don't want you to tell me later, man, I wish you would have told me. I'm not telling you to buy them right now. As a matter of fact, let's graph all of these stocks. Let me give you some insights on when you should take a look at these stocks. Again, looking at CCJ, also faded the gap. When would I look? I'm looking right now from the MPI. It's got trend. Trigger is about to lose, but I'd wait for Trigger to come back up as a means to get in. Uranium, URNM, the financing arm of the miners, also faded the gap. Look at where it stopped, right at that level of support. Trigger missed and went down. Let's go see if it's I would wait for the trigger to hit. The trend is already there. I'd wait for trigger to hit again. Let's go. A lot of these stocks are exhibiting the same graph patterns. All have faded the gap. Again, a positive sign. I'd wait for the trigger to hit there. And the last stock already have trigger on UEC. It did fade the gap pretty much. And it faded the gap here, faded the gap twice. This is the abandoned baby who threw the water out with the baby, and there's something in the Katie bar the door.
What?
But anyway, a lot of these stocks are finding a level of support, getting ready to run. I think uranium has a great opportunity to surge based on the facts that I gave you in arguing the case. Now, you do what you deem is necessary. If nothing else, keep these on your watch list. I'd wait for on the other three for the trigger to hit back up before I go and buy into them. But I think this is setting up nicely. All of these are at levels of support. They're setting up nicely for uranium to surge. All I want you to do is be prepared, be informed, and know that it's something that you need to keep on your radar. If you like what you saw here today, make sure you hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel and you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Folks, I need you to share this information on your social circles. People need to know. And we try very hard to put out the best information that we can. Folks, this video is over. Until the next time, see ya. Hey, VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here. Did you miss out on the Tampa 2-day investment seminar? Well, right now you can get access to the live recordings for this event for $199. That's right, folks, $199 can get you access to all the great presentations from instructors like Steve Chappell, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Jim Penna, Ron Wheeler, and yours truly. In order to take advantage of this spectacular deal, you have to go to www.vectorvest.com/offers.